What's up, YouTube? Scott Lett here, owner of Iron City Power Washing down here in the great state of Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama, that is. And man, this is probably the most beautiful week ever. I mean, the sun's out, there's no cloud in the sky. Our phone is ringing off the hook. We're having to bump up jobs in the schedule to fit people in. There's just a lot going on this time of year. You got graduations going on, weddings, birthday parties, all kinds of different things. So people are wanting their baby showers. People are wanting their properties clean last minute. And, you know, we're squeezing people in. We were using the excuse of, hey, let's wait till May and let the pollen kind of go away, but our May is completely booked. Like all 3 or 4 slots each day in May, along with our commercial accounts for that month, they're all taken. So May is completely booked. So our only option now is to just move up jobs and just squeeze people in. You know, obviously if it's like a back patio or, you know, something small where someone's not going to pay our minimum of $300, then, and I'll tell them up front, hey, you know, we have a minimum of $300 to show up, and if, you know, they're not willing to pay that, which I don't blame them, you know, and people don't understand that companies have minimums, you know, and if they don't understand that, you know, it's not just straight profits, like it costs money to run a business, then I quite frankly don't want them in my book of business to begin with. But as you know, when I have this shirt on, it's a day of meetings and building business. The guys are doing a very large residential job for a lady in a very popular neighborhood called Countrywood. A lot of beautiful homes in there. She has signed up for our annual package. We go there every year and do the same job, and sometimes she'll add her back deck and it'll be additional money for us, but she's going to stick to just the annual cleaning this time. It's a pretty good sized job. It's all flat work, so they'll be there. I have 2 commercial meetings. I have a residential meeting for a buddy I went to high school with, his dad, and then I don't know if you guys saw my post about how we messed up an electrical outlet, and I was texting the lady, and she really appreciated how we, you know, took responsibility for our mistake. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think we did it. I don't know, it was an open outlet that gets rained on outside, but she said that we did it. We've had people put things on us that were already broken, you know, but we didn't cover the outlet, so that's our mistake. So we could have done it. Do I think we did it? No. But you know what? We didn't cover it. So that is our fault. That's our lead tech's fault, and he knows better, but you know what? We all make mistakes and we move on. So it was thankfully only $100 to fix that mistake. So I will be running some money over to her today. Sorry, I'm fixing my phone here. There we go. But I posted a video. Oh, let me share out something. Shaved my head. The old summer dew. I like rolling out of bed and throwing a hat on, or not throwing a hat on and just going to work. But a couple things. Number one, I want you guys to comment below some topics you want me to talk about, because I'll go a stretch of not posting anything if I don't have anything to discuss. So when I post content, it's because there's something on my mind, on my heart, that I feel like would be beneficial to you guys, because I found it to be beneficial to me when I figure something out, when something happens. You know, I always share something along my journey as a business owner, you know, particularly a pressure washer. So comment below things you want to hear more about, things in my business that I've mentioned that you want me to I guess, go deeper into. I will say this. I scheduled a day a couple days ago for us to just have a maintenance day, which means we go and we charge our batteries, we change the oil in our machines, we fix things that are broken, change O-rings, organize our truck. There's nothing that irks me more than when a truck shows up to a job site and it looks sloppy. So I washed my truck. It was dirty. It was covered in just dirt, pollen, just didn't look good. It looked grungy. So I cleaned my truck, got it organized, changed the oil in my machines, and it looks good. Like, I want to show up to these houses and people see our rigs and us and be like, these guys are legit, they're professional. I'm telling you guys, presentation is a lot. Maintaining your equipment is a huge thing. Like, do not neglect the tools that are making you money for your family. So baby your machines. The machine I use right now, that thing's 5 years old, and I baby it, and it runs and it runs. It's the GX 690 8 gallon per minute general pump, and if you take care of those machines, that's the best machine out there in my opinion. The Honda GX 690, change out the oil filter, change the oil every 75 hours, change out the pump oil. And those things will last forever. Make sure you have a filter, an inline filter going, from your tank to your pump, to make sure nothing gets in there. Clean out your check valves in your pump. If you don't know how to do that, just look it up on YouTube, and those things will run forever. But I made a video and YouTube took it down for whatever reason. I can't tell you. I don't know. But I talked about hiring the right employee. Okay. We have one really good technician, and I tell people all the time, he's 3-in-1. He's someone who messaged me on Facebook about 3 or 4 years ago, took the initiative to come work for us. He had his own company, but he's from Costa Rica, and he doesn't have the network, so he just didn't have the business to be sustainable, to be a full-time business owner. So he wanted to come work with us. He found me on YouTube. I think he'll probably see this video, but I told him, hey, you can come work with us, see how you do. I mean, he showed up with a 3 gallon per minute DeWalt machine and did phenomenal work, and I was like, we got to hire this guy full time. So we did, and he started off at 18 an hour. Now he makes 28 an hour, and I mean, he does really good work. We'll send him to jobs by himself, which I told myself I would probably never do that, but he's trustworthy. Has he made mistakes? Sure, we all make mistakes, but he's a really good employee, and we take care of him. He takes care of the company. He grows with the company. But we got lucky with him. I mean, there wasn't some special hiring process. I just let him work with to see how, one, did he show up on time? Did he take a lot of breaks? No, I had to make him go take breaks, and his end product was really good, and he already kind of knew what to do. So there was little things we've had to show him along the way, but overall, man, he already knew how to do most of the stuff. But I'm happy to come alongside you guys, on a call, on an interview screening, whatever you want to do, and I can sit there, ask questions, and help you pick the right candidate. I'm happy to do that. If you want to use that as one of your calls, we can hop on a call with a candidate or two and interview a couple guys, and I'll help you choose the best one. So I think Facebook's a good platform to find someone. I mean, you're presenting a job opportunity to people you already know, like who are familiar with you and your business, and people may know someone. So I think Facebook's a great tool to find a good employee. You just be very, descriptive, very straightforward in what you're looking for. Like, I need someone who's going to be punctual, someone who's going to be on time. I need someone who's going to, take initiative, who's going to, be coachable and follow my system on how to wash. I need someone who can communicate with customers very well, who can answer questions. who's going to grow with the company, and who's someone who's not scared to work in hot weather, cold weather, wet weather. Just a man's man, someone who's ready to show up and get to work. And, there's a guy that I've been talking to, I've gotten to know, and one of his biggest obstacles as a business owner is finding someone who he can trust to hire full time. And what I've learned, guys, is the men out there who have a reason to get up every day and go to work are the ones you want to hire. Like a grown man with a wife, with kids, with a family to support. Like our lead tech doesn't have a wife and kids, but he has his family back in Costa Rica that he takes care of. And he takes his job very seriously. He's bought a new truck since working for us. So like he's doing well, and his pay goes up. So I think you have to incentivize people, and make them excited to work for you. And, he's grown with the company. I think having some kind of, 30 to 90 day probation period, saying, hey, we'll start you off at this. I want to see how you work for the next couple months. If you do well and you make it through the probation period, I'll bump you up. But keep in mind, if you start to just show up to work to get a paycheck, you stop doing your job, you get lazy, you stop showing up on time, like, you will get fired. Like, because as you all know, we don't have time to deal with those things. The second you have to start babysitting and correcting and, fixing mistakes is the second that person it's time for them to go, right? Because we are hiring them and trusting them to do things that we normally do, to take things off our plate, to take away stress from being, a business owner. And if they can't do that, or they fail to do that, or they start off good and then they start slacking, I think giving them a warning, a few times, and then you kick the can on them and they're gone. So, as simple as that. But finding the right candidate, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, it's really hard. It's really hard to find someone who wants to work. The younger generation, I see a lot of laziness. A lot of people like to just be in front of a computer and, anything with technology, that's what they want to do. I'm sorry if this offends you, but I would avoid the high school, college kids coming out of college who are just, they're just trying to show up and get a paycheck. People are lazy, man, and I hate it. It's hard on us business owners because, we're trusting someone to help us build our business. And I have trust issues, and people will hear all the time, my competitors like, man, like, you have all this work. Why is it just you, your business owner, and one lead technician? It's because I have trust issues. Like, I'm not just going to bring on anyone. Plus, I'm 35. All right, like, I'm perfectly okay with running some estimates in the morning and then hopping in the field with the guys and finishing up a good day and knocking out 3 to 4 jobs, keeping our quality up and keeping our customers happy, and doing that every day. And I still get to be home at a reasonable time to be with my family. So I've got trust issues just like you guys, because if you're going to pour out everything in you to start a business and you get momentum going, and you're doing things right like you're supposed to, building an honest business, and you're building a strong clientele based on good branding and integrity and just quality work, the last thing you want to do is bring on the wrong guy or wrong guys, and then they just knock it all down, and mess up your reputation, and you start losing accounts. That's the last thing you want. So I get it. So it's definitely a process that I would not take lightly. I would take it very seriously. And that's why I'm offering to come beside you guys and hop on a call, and help you guys choose the right person. But I think a grown man in his upper 20s, 30s, someone who's married, who has a reason to wake up every day and go to work, I think those are great options. And, I would avoid the younger generation, like I said, the high school, college kids coming out of college. I don't trust them. I'm sorry if that offends you. It is what it is. But that's my advice for you guys. Find you a grown man. And this may upset some people, but I think the Hispanic group the Costa Rican, the Central America guys, those guys know how to work, man. Like, that culture knows how to work. The language barrier is there, but if you need someone who's going to work hard for you, hiring someone from the Hispanic culture, man, they'll do a good job for you. And they're very family oriented, and they're gonna work hard to provide for their family. So I'm not knocking on Americans. I'm just telling you guys what I've learned and what I've noticed and what's worked for us. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope this video helps you. If you want me to come alongside you to even just talk about the candidates you have, if you have 3 candidates and you have their resume, if you want to go over those resumes together, I'll help you with that. So, all right, guys, we'll talk soon. Scott Lett, Iron City Power Wash.